right, welcome back to How To Videos Unlimited. In today's video, it is the study guide installment of how to get a car dealer's license. So the first three videos was the first three steps that I took on my journey to get my car dealer's license. And in today's video, I wanted to go ahead and share the study guide that I used to pass the test. I scored a 35 out of 40 with no prior car dealer license experience. I was not into the buying and flipping car business, and I passed the test with no problem. And this is the exact study guide that I used to pass the test. I'm going to create 3 different videos with about 20 questions per video, and I'm going to share exactly how I studied, and so that way I can relay the information to you guys, because I feel that this is typically one of the steps that kind of makes individuals a little hesitant on pursuing the car dealer's license test. And it's not so much that they don't think that they can pass, it's just buckling down and taking the time to actually study. I know a lot of us have not been to school in a while. This is the first test that I've taken in probably 8 years. And the last time that I took a test was when I got my notary license. And then other than that, it was before when I went to college and high school is when I was taking tests. So some of you guys that might have been out of school for a long time, but this study guide is going to hopefully help you pass the test without any reservations. And this was actually in the state of California. If you're watching this video from other states, some of the questions may apply, but I would definitely check your local listings with the DMV to make sure that the dollar amounts and the questions apply to your state. All right, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right into this. But before we do, if you can, hit that like, comment, and subscribe because it's study day. All right, and so we're going to go ahead and do a study guide. And the first question, so this is the DMV Car Dealer's Test Study Guide, and this was created by myself. And just from the 2 6-hour classes that I took, I compiled the study guide questions that they provided, and then I also kind of recalled a couple of the questions that were on the test when I took it, and I compiled the study guide together. So let's go ahead and study. All right, so the first question is question number 1. Conditional sales contracts must be completed by blank. Is that going to be A, on a computer, B, on a typewriter, C, in writing, or D, in Spanish? If you said C, in writing, you are correct. Ding, 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 ding. Question number 2. A contract cancellation display at each sales office and cubicle must have a minimum dimensions of blank. Is it A, 4x4, B, 8x10, C, 24x24, or D, 5x7? And the answer is B, 8x10. So if that's what you answered, you are correct. Question number 3. If a customer purchases a vehicle for $5,000 and decides to purchase a contract cancellation option, the dealer may charge the customer up to blank. Is it A, $275, B, $75, C, $125, or D, $225? The answer is B, $75. And at the end, I'm going to have the answer key as the last slide. Question number 4. If a customer purchases a vehicle for $10,000 and decides to purchase a cancellation contract option, the dealer may charge the customer up to blank. Is it A, $150, B, $275, C, $300, or D, $175? And the answer is A, $150. Question number 5. If a customer purchases a vehicle for $30,000 and decides to purchase a contract cancellation option, the dealer may charge the customer up to blank. Is it A, $330, B, $440, C, $250, or D, $300? And the answer is C, $250. If you answer that correct, ding, 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 you got that right. Question number 6. If a customer purchases a vehicle priced between $30,000 and $30,999 and decides to purchase a contract cancellation option, the dealer may charge the customer up to blank. Is it A, 1% of the selling price, B, 0.5% of the selling price, C, 1.5% of the selling price, or D, 2% of the selling price? And the answer is A, 1% of the selling price. Question number 7. If a customer purchases a vehicle for $40,001, how much can the dealer charge the customer to purchase a contract cancellation option? Is it A, $400, B, $0, C, $500, or D, $250? The answer is B, $0. Question number 8. What is Reg Z? Is it A, tax code, B, fee you can lawfully charge the customer, C, law that states all terms and costs of financing must be disclosed to the buyer, or D, parking zone violation? What do you think? The answer is C, law that states all terms and costs of financing must be disclosed to the buyer. Question number 9. What must be furnished to the buyer after a sale? Is it A, a keychain, B, a car alarm, C, a conditional sales contract, or D, an extended warranty? And the answer is C, conditional sales contract. Question number 10. What is the maximum deposit an auto broker may accept from a customer? Is it A, 2.5% of the selling price, B, 1% of the selling price, C, 5% of the selling price, or D, 2.75% of the selling price? And the answer is A, 2.5% of the selling price. Question number 11. What is consignment? Is it A, an arrangement under which a dealer allows the prospective customer to test drive the vehicle for the weekend, B, an arrangement under which a dealer agrees to accept possession of a vehicle from an owner of a record for the purpose of selling the vehicle, C, both the dealer and customer sign on the same line, or D, lend the car to potential buyer? And the answer is B, an arrangement under which a dealer agrees to accept possession of a vehicle from an owner of record for the purpose of selling the vehicle. Question number 12. If a dealer notices curbstoning, what agency should you file a complaint to? Is it A, DMV, B, Better Business Bureau, C, local fire department, or D, police department? And the answer is A, the DMV. Question number 13. If a customer purchased a vehicle less than $5,000 and a contract cancellation option contract and decides to return the vehicle within the time specified, the dealer can charge a maximum restocking fee of A, $175, B, $300, C, $275, or D, $200. And the answer is A, $175. Question number 14. If a customer purchased a vehicle less than $10,000 and a contract cancellation option contract and decides to return the vehicle within the time specified, the dealer can charge a maximum restocking fee of, is it A, $450, B, $550, C, $350, or D, $300? And your answer is C, $350. Question number 15. If a customer purchased a vehicle costing $10,000 to $39,999 and a contract cancellation option contract and decides to return the vehicle within the time specified, the dealer can charge a maximum restocking fee of blank. Is it A, $500, B, $600, C, $700, or D, $400? And the answer is A, $500. Almost done. We got about 5 more questions left. Question number 16. AB 68 states that if a customer purchases a contract cancellation option, the dealer only has to allow the customer to return the vehicle how many times in a 30-day period? Do you think it's A, 0, B, 3, C, 7, or D, 1? And the answer is D, 1 time. All right, question number 17. If a customer purchases a contract cancellation option and decides to return the vehicle within the specified time frame, what does the dealer have to return? Is it A, nothing, B, receipt, C, a full refund, or D, the original paperwork? And what do you think it is? The survey says C, full refund. You have to give the customer a full refund. Question number 18. Which type of vehicle sold to customers must be disclosed in writing? Is it A, off-road truck, B, dirt bike, C, former taxi cab, or D, a lowered Honda Civic? And survey says C, former taxi cab. Question number 19. Allowable interest rates for financing auto finance companies and buy here, pay here dealerships is blank. Is it A, 7.5%, B, 1%, C, do not apply, or D, 3%? And the survey says the answer is C, do not apply. And the last question for today's video, question number 20. Simple interest and blank interest are the 2 permissible methods for computing interest rates for financing. Is it A, pre-computed, B, amortized, C, fixed, or D, compound? And the survey says the answer is A, pre-computed. All right, so now let's go ahead and look at the answer key. So on the left-hand column, you have questions 1 through 10, all the answers. And on column number on the right side, you have questions 11 through 20. So I hope this video was helpful. I'm going to have 2 more videos that's going to have even more questions and answers. And like I said, this is the exact study questions that I used to pass my test on the first try. I got a 35 out of 45. I mean, 35 out of 40. I walked out of that test in no longer than 10 to 12 minutes. And I was flying high that day. I was super excited, super pumped. And I'm going to go ahead and help you guys pass that test as well. Do me one big favor, hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until the next video, take care.